Hey, Liz King Bradley here. I was just thinking about I've been writing a letter to my body, and so there was two different letters I wanted to write. I wanted to write a letter of what I wanted to create with my body, and then also gratitude, like gratitude to my body, gratitude to God for giving me my body, and kind of combined the two letters together. And I'm thinking that I'm just going to have a continuous letter going because it just felt like I could go on and on and on and on and on. But I can't spend my whole day writing because I have several appointments with my kids and other things to do. Plus, sometimes things just need to marinate so that I can get more clear about them and come back. So, because I know that I'm creating a script, and I want to be sure that when I write these things down, that that it's what I really want, and that I'm writing the garbage stuff somewhere disposable. Anyway, and not on the same sheet. I would like to be able to kind of sort through that stuff. But anyway, so that was really interesting. I think I've already shared quite a bit. Well, I feel like I've shared a lot about my mirroring experience, because the personal belief statement that I posted really came from a mirroring experience, and where I had some difficult conversations, and I just looked in and said, okay, in what way am I, manifesting these things that I feel are hurtful from other people? So that was interesting to go to that place and to clear some of those things up. It was really cool because I sent that personal belief statement because I've had several relationship issues that I've been dealing with over the last few weeks and months, and I sent that personal belief statement that I came to about relationships to someone who I had recently felt to share some really difficult feelings with, some concerns, some ways that I felt that our relationship had problems, ways that I felt that I had not been honored, and ways that I wanted to do better. I opened in this letter. I not only shared my feelings of hurt, but I also invited this person to open up and share where I've been hurtful to them too, because I want a chance to fix that. I don't want to hurt people, and so it's really neat to be able to share this personal belief statement with them. It was kind of hard in some ways because I could see that while it was received on a very superficial level, that it was like, oh, I'm so glad that you figured things out for yourself, and there was like no introspection about how can we apply that how can we both apply this to our relationship so that we can both do better and create something better. So I don't know, but I mean, it's also really okay for someone to be wherever they're at. And when they're not ready to create with me the kind of relationship that I would like to create, then I feel like it's my responsibility as a person, as a daughter of God, as their spiritual sister, to allow them that space. And it's just interesting because then when I get to that point, then what I get to do is think about, okay, so what does that mean that our relationship gets to look like in the meantime? Like what are the boundaries that I can set for myself? What are the understandings that I can come to that will facilitate a loving relationship in the meantime? And also maybe just accept that I don't get to have that kind of relationship, and then make the choice about, sometimes you make a choice whether you want the relationship at all, which is really, really, really hard for me. I really, really hate letting go of relationships. Anyway, so it's really been interesting with between all the exercises putting together and the different realizations that have been coming, been really cool. yeah, so it's been really good. It's been really good to reflect and to look and to do some writing and to be more conscious. I'm still thinking back to some of the pictures that I got taken yesterday in my swimsuit on the beach, and as I've gone back and looked at, I've been going back and looking at them and looking at them and looking at them, not like in an obsessive sort of way, but looking at them and just looking at me and learning from me, like just learning from my body language. What does my body language say? Learning, just looking at parts of my body and seeing, what does this say? Partly because part of it, really a big part of it, is because in the last year or so I've had so many times when I felt so misunderstood, and so I know that there's something I'm not seeing about myself that I'm not conscious about, that is sending out a signal that it's in opposition to what I'm trying to say. And so I want to be able to get really clear about that and resolve those issues. And the other thing is, I want to keep my promise to myself. I want to see me. I want to look in the mirror, and I want to look at the pictures, and I want to not turn away. I want to look at it and not pretend it's different, and I had gotten to that point, and I still am, like, when I'm having to work very hard to stay present and look and see and just be in reality and be okay with it. And it's so funny because I feel guilty for having to work so hard to be nice to myself. I feel like I know better. I mean, I know better, but it's still kind of shocking to me to realize how much of that has been going on still in the background after all the work that I've done and the success that I've had, the love that I've felt for myself. I mean, it's not like I've not had these deep feelings of love and acceptance for myself. And so, like, looking at this new level, it's just astonishing how much hatred has been there, coexisting and undermining all the other work that I've done. And so yeah, that's like kind of where I'm at with my body journey right now. So thanks for listening. I hope that something I shared helps. Bye.